Mandy is with us in Kansas City. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show. Mandy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I have a question. My husband and I have been kind of on your plan since May. So we read your Total Money Makeover book, got super excited, got ready, paid off, within the first 90 days are like $6,000. But the problem is every time we pay off a debt, we do a huge victory lap and take a while to come back to it. What do you suggest on how to avoid that? We don't have a good support system. In fact, my dad thinks we're absolutely nuts and makes fun of us about it, but we just need some guidance and some help.
How much debt have you got, not counting your house?
$57,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And by a huge victory lap, you mean you just kind of stop doing your budget and you don't go into debt again, but you just stop making progress?
Correct.
Okay. And what's your household income?
We make about $100,000.
Okay. All right. Why are you getting out of debt?
Because after paying child support and daycare, we find ourselves just completely maxed out. And we want to be able to eventually get me home with the kids, but because it's drowning us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you should be debt-free in 2 years. Would that get you home with the kids?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need to put pictures of your kids on your budget?
That's a good idea.
I mean, you need to do something to remind you of your why, don't you?
Yes.
Because what's happening is your short-term pleasures are taking away your long-term soul-enriching activity, which is being home with your kids. In other words, you're giving up the best thing out there for some stupid little stuff on the short term because your why is not in front of you in your emotions. Am I right?
Yes. Even though we see them every day, we still don't.
Yeah. Somehow you got to relate sticking to the budget and living on beans and rice to how fast I get to be home with the kids. Like
okay.
Over and over and over and over again. That's a really noble, big why. And if you got a big why, you can do all kinds of stuff. Whys will make you run through a wall, And what's happening is you're disconnecting why you're doing this, and so you're unwilling to pay the short-term price to get the long-term gain. Is that logical? And that's where the disconnect is. So if you can fix that disconnect, then I think you're going to see a huge movement in this, and that'll keep you back on track. In other words, here's an extreme, okay? Let's say that your child had a rare disease. They don't, okay? But I'm just making up a bizarre thing to illustrate my point, okay? And you had to be debt-free in order to buy the vaccine to save their life within 2 years. And
we'd be doing it.
that would be like the largest possible why on the planet, right?
Yes.
You would not get off track, would you?
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm illustrating the point with a bizarre hyperbole, but just the same, it makes the point. If you get a big enough why going, then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter whether you got a support group. It doesn't matter if you ... It doesn't matter if ... We're going to get it done anyway. It doesn't matter if we lose our job. It doesn't matter if the car breaks down. It doesn't matter if the kid gets the flu. It doesn't matter if Johnny breaks his arm. We're stinking getting out of debt. We're going to do it anyway. Nothing is going to knock us off track. We may get knocked off track, but we're going to get right back up because we got to do it because our why is so big and so worth it. And that's living like no one else so that later you can live and give like no one else. So somehow, you and your husband almost need to record a message to yourself that starts playing on your phone ever so often, just to remind you that the reason you're doing this, it's worth the sacrifice. The Bible says no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness. No one enjoys the process you're going through. We just do it because the result is worth it. Right?
Right.
And that's what you're after. So I think that's what the two of you need to sit down, and somehow I would need visual reminders around me, audio reminders around me. Put pictures of the kids on the refrigerator like they're on the milk carton. I don't know. I don't know. We got to do something here, because I think for me, you wanting to be there full time with them is a big motivator. If you'll keep it in front of you, it'll keep you on track. Did I miss something?
No, you did not.
Okay. That's how I would go about it. You got to identify the why. The what will come to you. The how will come to you if the why is important enough. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.